McDermott here, MarylandCourtWatch.com. I'm down here at the United States Supreme Court on behalf of Richard R. Fine, a jailed political prisoner in California who's been incarcerated for 1 year for exposing the fact that 450 judges in the Los Angeles City and Los Angeles County were getting $47,000 a year under the table bribes to dismiss cases any cases brought against the county. The judges refused to recuse themselves when this criminal activity was brought to their attention, and the judges started a process of unsigned orders to keep Mr. Fine in prison for 1 year with coercive confinement and obstruction of justice. This has been proved. The California State Legislature actually proved what was going on. This practice filters down to the state appellate courts. If you go to MarylandCourtWatch.com, you'll see that the Maryland courts have taken an action where they believe they don't have to sign any orders or opinions. They can issue unsigned, unpublished opinions and rob people of their rights and liberties under color of law and authority. The judges also think that they can alter and amend the Constitution of this country without a constitutional amendment. That is absolutely wrong. That is why we rebelled in 1776, and that is why we need to take action once again to get our Congress and legislative leaders to rein in these corrupt courts. And I rank the Supreme Court of the United States as one of the more corrupt courts in this nation. We have 9 justices who routinely issue unsigned orders, who take rights and liberties of our citizens away after they paid tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars to get their cases heard before this court. Their first and foremost attention in this court should be to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. The American Bar Association, the largest criminal organization in the world. It controls this court, it controls all of the state and federal appellate and district courts. It controls all the public defenders, controls all the prosecutors, controls all of the FBI agents. How can you get justice when you've got such an insider organization tearing this country apart, protecting the wealthy and disenfranchising the less fortunate people? It's time that we join with Richard Fine here and demand that the Supreme Court of the United States on the 23rd of this month take up and issue an immediate release of this political prisoner. We've had enough of that in this nation. We cannot and will not stand for it any further. I've been here all day long, and the apathy of the American public that walks by here has no idea exactly that each and every one of them is a victim on a daily basis of the corruption in our court system. You know, we stood by. Every American in this country has lost value in their investments, their stock, and in their banks, and yet you allow one judge to tell you that, hold it, you can't exercise your rights to recovery because I'm not going to allow it. That's not what the Constitution says. The Constitution says that you have an absolute right to go in and seek redress in the courts of this nation. And when the courts deny you that absolute right, they're committing treason against the Constitution and fraud on the court. Richard Fine has been in jail for 1 year plus now because he exposed 450 judges getting $47,000 a year in illegal bribes by the county and the state of California. The state enacted an illegal law granting retroactive immunity to these 450 judges and the legislative personnel who were bribing these judges. All of them should be put in jail where they belong. It's time that the citizens of this nation take back our courts, rid it of the absolute corruption the American Bar Association has taken on this nation.